Hi everyone, this is Ellen from Conduit. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the worship director, and it is my pleasure to bring you this week's weekly. One thing that I wanted to talk about here is our heart and our vision for worship. We believe that God is so amazing, so awesome, and so infinitely worthy of our praise and adoration. If you've ever been to Conduit, then you know that we are unashamedly lovers of Christ, and we just love to worship Him, to glorify His name together, to come together in agreement with one another about who God is, and to praise His name and give Him the glory and honor that He deserves through music and prayer. That's just one of my greatest joys, because we believe we come from God, and so we in turn give Him glory. Romans chapter 11 verse 36 says, "For from Him and through Him and for Him are all things, to Him be the glory forever." So we just love to give Him the glory that He deserves. One way we engage in corporate worship is, of course, what we do on Sunday morning during our service, where we lift our voices and we sing songs of praise and worship to our beloved King together. I love Sunday morning worship, but it has been said many times throughout the years that the worship at the beginning of a service is designed to prepare our hearts for a message, and that may be the case a lot of the time. But personally, I believe that worship isn't about us at all. Worship at its core is about God, and it's for God, and its function should help us to lift our minds off of ourselves and our circumstances and focus solely onto Him. So sometimes we do more worship at the beginning of the service, and other times we do more worship at the end. In the book Vertical Church by James MacDonald, he proposed that we place our worship at the end of the service after the message, so that we can begin to understand who we are worshiping and why we're worshiping Him. So sometimes we take that challenge to heart. Another thing that we do to engage in corporate worship, and we do this from time to time, is we host worship nights. Now what that is it's just an extended worship service where we come together and we sing and we pray and we worship God together. There's really no message planned, and we invite people to just come and freely worship and just stay as long as they need and just come and surrender their hearts to Jesus. There have been many Spirit-filled nights here over the years. Sometimes it's just our band, our Conduit band, but other times on special occasions we get together with other local churches and we worship together as one church. And at Conduit, we believe in being unified as one body, as one church. And it's such a special thing to be able to come together and to do that together. So with all that in mind, I have two more things that I wanted to mention. One is, if you're a musician, if you play an instrument or you sing, those are God-given gifts. And where better to use those than for God and for His glory. So if you play an instrument, I want you to just reach out to me, come have coffee with me, come have a talk with me, send me an email. I'll leave it below here, ellen@conduitministries.com. Shoot me a message and just ask questions and see what that kind of entails. I feel like it has been such a privilege to be able to use my gifts on stage to just glorify God. And the second thing I wanted to talk about is, if you are a worship leader at one of the local churches around here, I just want you to reach out. What I'm starting is kind of a network of other worship leaders around here, local worship leader connection network, and I'm just connecting people. We've gotten together for a meal recently. We're having a breakfast on Saturday, and we just kind of come together and we encourage one another and pray with one another and hopefully make a connection so that we can continue to collaborate and future worship nights and things like that. So if you are a worship leader at another church nearby, I would just love to connect with you. So again, my email is ellen@conduitministries.com. But that's it for this weekly, and I hope you all have a great week.